I want to have a conversation today that might make some people uncomfortable. And if it does, that's okay. This video isn't about attacking any company. It's not about naming names. It's about speaking to the advisor who joined this industry because they genuinely wanted to help people. And somewhere along the way, something started to feel off. So you were sold a dream, a financial business, a chance to help families, a chance to build wealth, and maybe even a chance to do it faster than traditional paths. But now you're wondering, is this actually what I signed up for? You were told this was about helping families, but really most of your training is about recruiting. Now, let's be honest, when you joined, you believed you were entering a financial services business. You thought you'd be learning how to help people get out of debt, save for retirement, protect their families. But instead, what gets emphasized? Recruiting. Not deep financial planning, not case design, not understanding tax efficiency, not long-term retirement strategy. Just who can you bring in? Then your reflection is, really, if helping people really meant helping them financially, wouldn't your leadership spend hours teaching you how to analyze a balance sheet, or how to structure an RESP, or how to properly assess risk tolerance? Now, if the skill being sharpened is recruitment, that tells you what the real product might be. You've burned relationships and were told it was their fault. This one bothers me deeply. If you've been told that the relationships you lost weren't meant to be in your life anyway, I want you to really pause. These aren't random strangers. These are sisters, brothers, parents, childhood friends, even coworkers. And if building your business means pressuring people you love and then blaming them when it strains the relationship, that's not empowerment. That's really deflection. So let that sit, okay? A healthy business model shouldn't require relational collateral damage. Your leadership stops investing in you once you've exhausted your warm market. Now, if the only business you've written so far is your own family's policies and maybe a few close friends, and now you barely hear from your leadership, that's really data, okay? Strong leadership invests in developing you long-term. They don't disappear once your personal circle has been tapped out. Really, if they were building financial professionals, you'd be mentored into competency. If they were building recruiters, you'd be left once the recruiting slows. You've really quietly compared notes with others, and you're not the only one confused. If you've had side conversations with other teammates and realized, oh, I'm not crazy, they feel it too. That's not rebellion, that's pattern recognition. When multiple people are privately expressing the same concerns about training, structure, or culture, that's not negativity. That's information. The business doesn't fit your real life, and you're made to feel like that's your fault. If you have children, a spouse, another job, and you're being told that if this isn't consuming your evenings and weekends, you're not committed enough. Be careful. A business that destroys your family life in order to promise financial freedom is contradicting itself. You can really just understand that there are ways to build a financial practice without sacrificing your marriage, your children, and really your sanity. You're going into debt to attend events, conferences, and trainings, but not seeing measurable return. Now, if you're paying for travel, tickets, hotels, courses, and you can't clearly tie that expense to increased skill or revenue, that's really not an investment. That's a gamble. A healthy business model should make financial sense on paper, not just on stage. You see people on the scoreboard, and then they disappear. This one is subtle, okay? Have you noticed people who hit big numbers one month and then vanish? If the system consistently produces one-hit wonders instead of long-term professionals, that's not a pipeline of leaders. That's churn. Retention tells you more about a system than hype ever will. Leadership speaks poorly about other leaders. If you hear leaders criticizing other leaders in the same organization or even in the same industry, you are not in a unified culture. You're in politics. And if the internal culture mirrors the toxicity you were told to escape from your old job, then what exactly did you leave? I'm not telling you to quit. I'm telling you to evaluate. If you joined this financial industry to become a competent, ethical, knowledgeable financial advisor, then you deserve training that reflects that goal. You deserve mentorship. You deserve leadership that invests in your growth long after your war market is exhausted. And you deserve a business model that builds families, not fractures them. If something in this video felt uncomfortably accurate, don't ignore that feeling. Ask better questions. Have private conversations. Explore what alignment actually looks like. Because the industry itself isn't broken, but not every team inside it is actually built the same. If you're an advisor who wants to build skill, not just a downline, and you're looking for real conversation, you're welcome to reach out. No pressure, no recruiting pitch, really just clarity.